Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to Girl Talk and a Show. I've got a little bit of mess and a little bit of drama today for you guys. For the first part of the video, we're going to go ahead and do a complete rundown of ALR's super secret live stream from last night. I actually took it upon myself to watch the entire thing. It was actually broken up into like 4 different parts because her Wi-Fi kept turning off because it is storming in Oklahoma right now, and Twinkie was really upset. It was kind of a whole moment. So we will start there. She throws a little shade. She calls Alexis. She has a breakdown all in a day's live stream, huh? It seems like every week. It wouldn't be an Amberlynn live stream without some tears. And then later on in the video, we're going to go ahead and do a reaction, because this one's pretty short, to her new weigh-in episode 6, which is titled, I am about to switch things up drastically. I am very interested to see whether or not she is gaining or losing, because based on the What I Ate Today video, like, I would be surprised if she lost anything. People were thinking she said that she got cellulitis so that she could use that as an excuse for why the scale won't budge, or maybe something's going on with her lipedema, lymphedema. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens in that new video. I guess our girl isn't taking a break. I don't really know. She was supposed to have quit YouTube, but I said, like, give her a few hours to mull it over. She might think twice. And here we are. Type style. Anyways, for now, let's just get right into it. I mean, shall we? All right, you guys. So let's get into the tea regarding this week's super secret live stream. Like I said, it was broken up into 4 different live streams. They're all from last night. One was called Live Stream. The next one's Storming, then Florida. And then the last one was called Lego. She begins the live stream by saying, now this was odd. It didn't make much sense to me. There is this specific Hawaiian food place where she gets marinated chicken and rice, or marinated pork and rice, and every time she gets it, she gets sick. But this is what, like, her 5th time getting it. I don't understand. If she knows that her body doesn't react well to certain foods, like eggs, for example, why does she continue to eat them? Just cut them out of your diet. I don't get it. She states that she wasn't going to do the weigh-in this week, you guys, because she was going to take that break. But the audience, the members only, push her to come back, I guess. She might be changing things up when it comes to her live streams. She might actually be doing these live streams publicly, but in order to chat, you're going to have to be a member. So kind of like Foodie Beauty's usual live streaming. It's going to be accessible to the public, but if you want to chat, you have to pay. And the only reason she wants to do that is because she feels like people are twisting her words. Reaction channels are manipulating what she says in the live stream to fit their narrative, because people don't get to see the actual footage unless they pay her. So she's very uncomfy about that. She begins playing like a choosy game with her exes. For example, one of the questions was like, who struggles the most to get out of bed in the morning? And she said, Beck. Ooh, this was really odd. The question on the card was, who will marry someone that isn't born yet? Meaning, I guess there would be a 30-year age gap. And she says, Beck. I do wonder if that's shade, because Beck's fiance or ex-fiance was recently outed for PDF behavior on Tumblr. Was that her kind of shading that situation? Very odd question. She's on doxycycline for her cellulitis, but her mentals are still not doing very well right now. That's why she can't lose the weight like she did when she was with Feline. She lost 16 pounds once in a few weeks. I do vaguely remember that, but I also remember that she maintained pretty much throughout that entire relationship from the beginning to the end. She started the relationship in the 500s and she ended the relationship in the 500s. I believe she started the relationship, she was like 550. That was a really bad time. And then when it ended, about 515. Then here we go. She has a crying and breakdown moment because she had a dream. Something bad was happening to her in regards to her health. And that just kind of made her think a lot about her health recently. The cellulitis put things into perspective. She's not doing well. And you can tell just by looking at her face, she appears unwell. Her weight is weighing on her. And she knows it's about time she does something about that. but she has lived her entire life this size, so she doesn't know any better. So for her, it's not like as bad as you would think it would be because this is just all that she has ever known. Of course, she hasn't always been 500, but as far as she can remember, she's always been obese, even as a child. Now she's having nightmares about her weight. She begins to get anxiety because someone mentions that it might be her intuition working overtime, like her body can just feel that something's got to give, that something bad is going to happen in the near future. And this is just like her biological response to it, which is an interesting way to look at it. I'm not sure about all that, but okay. She wants to go on the Lawcow Live. That's the one that's hosted by Keemstar, and I know Boogie 2988 is on that as well. And I think Wings of Redemption. She really likes this Lawcow universe that they have created, and she admits to having a soft spot for Boogie, even though he lied about cancer. This was really strange to me. She's very nonchalant about it. She's like, I don't care about those kind of things. Lying about cancer, you don't care about that? She's like, I don't care about these kind of things. Like, he apologized. It's whatever. Like, girl, he lied about cancer. It's okay to forgive people, but it just felt very strange coming from her. Like, she didn't care that he did it to begin with. But then she goes after Salty Crab. She loves the Lawcow guys, but Salty Crab is a horrible person, right? I just can't take her seriously after what she just said about Boogie. She gets into Uncle Bumpy. We get a couple of different tidbits of information. He would call Amber Chewy because she was always eating, of course. And his favorite food was just buttered noodles, which might be why, that might be where she got it from. I think Amber has actually inherited a lot from Uncle Bumpy. It gets into the topic of her brother. If you guys don't know, her brother is actually in jail. And Amber says that she doesn't actually speak to him at the moment, but she does send him money for commissary and like food. She begins to take jabs at Mr. Snowflake. At this point in the live stream, things were getting kind of stale. So Amber was trying to come up with something to do. And somebody mentioned that she should prank call people. Someone in the side chat says, Mr. Snowflake. And she says, no, Mr. Cardigan is too busy signing the divorce papers. Yeah, she has a lot to say about Mr. Snowflake and a divorce. She ends up prank calling Alexis. It was honestly very cringe. Alexis knew right away, just from hearing like the faintest giggle from Amber, that it was her. I thought this meant that they were on good terms, but Amber says, F no, we're not on good terms. Back to Mr. Snowflake, she is upset about what she calls his ableist merch, which says mop legs. And then she brings up the divorce again. You guys all say that I can't even keep a relationship. Well, you couldn't even keep a marriage. Speaking of ableism, Amber has been in hot water. I saw a lot of this on her community tab post. She was asking people for questions and they were wondering why she was saying the things that she was saying. She is constantly calling people out for being fat phobic or ableist against her. But in last week's live stream, she said that she doesn't believe Helen Keller accomplished the things that she accomplished. And she thinks that Stevie Wonder is lying about being blind. So wouldn't that be hypocritical of her? People are upset about these things. She's in hot water. Amber doesn't want to say where she got this information about Mr. Snowflake, but she has no problem continuing to repeat it. She also throws Alexis under the bus, saying that Alexis paid for Jordy's information, not Amber Lynn. She wants to team up with Keemstar, and she tells Salty Crab to cam up. Amber claims that she was crying. She was having a bit of a breakdown situation type deal. You don't say, before the live stream, but it made her feel better to sit down and talk and just kind of focus her attention elsewhere. Someone asked her, ooh, get a load of this shade. Somebody asked Amber, did neck give you the best neck? And Amber replied, you can't give what you don't have. Girl, I had to grab my neck, and that was pretty much it. Let's get into the reaction. This one is called, I'm about to switch things up drastically. Does that mean that she is changing the diet plan? I believe the only course of action that she had this week was to count calories. My teeth look a little weird. I'm having cheese curls. That's why my teeth are like orange, but let's ignore that.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video.
Hey girl, how's the diet going?
On Wednesday weigh-in. I'm sure you guys were not expecting that because I said I was going to take a break from YouTube. I did take
I know, like
some time to reflect, and I literally just had my live stream like an hour ago. And with their opinions mixed with mine, which I was already thinking this, I think what's best for me in this moment is to continue making content. Plans obviously can shift as circumstances and feelings change. So I'm not going to promise anything. I'm not going to promise the schedule I've done for 6 weeks. It's what I like. It's what I've been enjoying. I have
oh no, so now we're not getting any promises. She can kind of fall off. If she wants to fall off, she can fall off. But she did put up her community tab, I guess, asking for questions for her Let's Talk video that she's going to put up, I guess, on Thursday. Tomorrow.
Genuinely love the schedule so much, and I know so many of you also have as well, so thank you for that. But I'm here now.
It only took a couple of hours for her to change her mind. You know what? I was thinking that this was exactly what was going to happen.
Present, and here's weigh-in number 6, you guys. So let's get straight into the 5 questions. How fast can cellulitis happen? So by the time you come in contact with whatever gives you cellulitis versus when it spreads, it could take anywhere from a couple hours to a couple days. I've had times like
okay, RN Lynn
recently where it just took overnight, and there's been times in the past where it literally took 5 days. So
she wakes up in the morning, but how do you really know with something like cellulitis, which is a staph infection? How do you know when you come into contact with that? It could be pretty much anywhere.
It really just depends on the situation, but sometimes it could spread extremely rapidly, really quickly. And
so I don't know how you would know, like, oh, it took a week, like.
That's why I make sure to get it handled fast.
No.
How many times have you ate inside of a restaurant in the last month? Twice. I went to a Mexican restaurant with my mom and my stepdad about 3 weeks ago. And then I went to a Chinese restaurant with my mom and my friend over a week ago, I'd say. I don't really eat much inside of restaurants. Like if I'm ever eating out,
the bingo hall,
it's usually just like a lame meal from bingo. That's why I never really cared about making my goals about eating.
Yep, a bingo meal, or she gets it DoorDash delivery to the front door. Girl can't drive. She can't just go out and get whatever she wants. I mean, can you imagine? Things might be worse. They might be better. They might be worse. I don't know. What do you guys think if she could drive? Well, look at Foodie. Is that better because she's not 500? Pert near.
Out of my home, more so about the delivery to my home because that's where I have an issue. But I'm telling you, the food at bingo kind of sucks. When were you diagnosed with lymphedema and lipedema?
I mean, what do you really expect? It's bingo hall food. It looked decent enough for what it was, you know? I don't expect like Red Robin burger quality as if that's the pinnacle. No, but yeah, you're not even going to get that.
So in 2022, I went to a specialist. So that's when I was diagnosed. It was a very embarrassing process. I had to literally take off my clothing.
I do remember that when she was like officially diagnosed with lipedema because she kept telling people she had lymphedema up until that point. And then she ended up seeing that specialist. They told her to do this specific diet. But then I believe another doctor told her she shouldn't be doing that specific diet because even though it helps with the lipedema, it hurts this XYZ. I don't know, girl. She manages to somehow always have an excuse. Do you guys know those people? Like, why don't you get a job? Well, I can't drive. Well, then you could take a bus. The bus doesn't come here. They always have an excuse for why they don't do something. That's Amber. That's Amber to a T, for sure.
Specialist was all up in my legs, teaching me how to do the massages,
all up in
and
the
teaching my girlfriend at the time, which was Feline, teaching her how to do the massages if she ever wanted to do them. And it was just very embarrassing. A lot of poking, a lot of prodding. And I'm telling you,
teaching Feline to do the massages. That's interesting. I wonder what the lady thought. Like, did she think that this was a caretaker situation or an actual romantic relationship?
Hurt. Like the lymph massages that you have to do to like move the fluid through your body. She was like, you're going to hurt the next day, even after this one massage.
Why doesn't she get hooked up with glitter and lasers, doctor? Because she seems to be getting, if not free surgery, major discounts because she has shown the entire process on her social media page, Glitter and Lasers, of getting this liposuction for her lipodema. Liposuction, lipodema. It's lipo. It's lipo. Well, I don't know. There is a correlation there.
Yeah, I didn't believe her. And oh my God, I hurt bad. Yeah, it's an
Get the liposuction, girl. As much as Glitter says, like, she feels completely different, her body's completely transformed. I maybe see a little bit, but I don't like see it. Like, I feel like it should be night and day, but it's not. When you look at Glitter and lasers, it's definitely not night and day where you could tell right away. You have to like look.
easy diagnosis when it's like super obvious, especially to a specialist. So I saw the specialist a couple times and I learned a lot of things, a lot of tips, a lot
I don't know, but she claims to be doing very well. Keyword claims.
of tricks, a lot of things to help with it because it's not curable. This is something I'll have for the rest of my life. Is it true what Beck said when they said you lied about your past what I ate today videos? So since I've been on YouTube, which I've been on YouTube for 11, 12 years now, I've done hundreds of what I ate today videos. And every single time I go into a what I ate today video, it is never to deceive anyone. Whether it's an off track video, whether it's an on track video, whether it's a look at what I ate from takeout, whether it's look at the fruits and vegetables I ate, whether it's look at the candy, it doesn't even matter.
I think that's a total lie. I think the whole idea of like a what I ate today video type of video, you're not going to eat the exact same as you would off camera. The accountability of the video is going to influence the food choices that you make for that video. And like, I don't know about y'all, but some days I eat a lot more than I do other days. And when it comes to like a what I ate today video, you have to kind of have content like breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner. I don't usually eat like that. I usually eat like smaller meals throughout the day, but I don't know. I just feel like I would want to structure it like that so I could get like 10 minutes out of it. See, it's already influencing the way I would want to eat that day. That's just the idea of the video itself. Now, Amber, there have been times where she has shown like she has purposely gone out of her way to show junk and eat junk because she wanted the audience to be angry and leave comments. And there have been other times where she lied about being healthy, lied about healthier choices, and actually had this, but showed the camera this. I believe that 100%. That's what Beck said, basically.
Intent in that video is to film what I'm eating that day. Back in 2019, when my binge eating was really bad, I would binge eat constantly. So this was 6 years ago, but I remember there being 2 times after I did a what I ate today video where the video was already edited, scheduled, because I like to do that the day of, where I did end up binging. And since the video was already finished and scheduled and edited, it made it easier for me not to open up about that. A lot of the times binges are not planned.
But wouldn't it make sense to maybe not necessarily show everything that you were eating in that instance, but add a little segment at the end where you talk about that experience? I feel like people would be like, just be honest. Like people would be a lot more open to that than what we can see is clearly just a lie, right?
So afterwards, when it happens, you feel a lot of remorse, guilt, shame, and you hide these episodes and feelings from the people in your life. I would do it all the time because it's hard to even process yourself. So
at the beginning of that, she was like, no, I didn't. Now she's saying, yeah, I did, basically.
Doing it publicly was even worse. When I'm filming what I ate today videos, I'm honest in those and I'm not trying to deceive anyone. I'm truly trying to show you what I ate that day. If something like that was to happen now, I would be more on top of like letting you guys know. But something like that hasn't happened in years and years and years, 6 years, like I said. So I don't see it happening anytime soon. Do you like being on GLP-1s? Yes, genuinely I do. Being on Ozempic and then the compounded semaglutide, it genuinely made me feel so much better. Like, yes, the side effects suck, but like I was losing.
What happened with the Ozempic then, girl? Like, I don't understand why she wants to be on it, then off it, then on it, then off it. I don't know. Would it be, is she afraid that she'll lose the weight, so then she'll go off of it and then she'll gain it all right back?
Wait, I wasn't constantly thinking about food. I hate food. Like,
I've seen that, like, of course you do, girl. Of course you do, girl. I've already seen like articles of people getting off the Ozempic and gaining it back and some.
I get it. I'm fat, but like 50% of the time, it's like, I hate food. The other 50.
It's like you're opening the floodgates, because it makes you feel less hungry and then you get rid of it. Do you feel the opposite? More hungry? I'm sure some people do.
50% of the time, I love food. Like, I'm just like a walking contradiction. But during those moments where I hate food because I feel like it controls me, GLP-1s take away that control and it just feels amazing. I'm actually interested in going on a GLP.
Well, I don't understand why she makes every excuse under the sun to get out of taking it then. What was the last one? She figured it was an expired batch or something. She had somehow convoluted in her head that they had given her an old expired batch. Well, just get another one. I don't understand.
GLP-1 again. Yes, I am. I'm going to be looking into it, and I will definitely keep you guys updated in my weight.
Girl, get yourself a reputable company. I would like to know which one she was using the last time, because the way that she described it was kind of shady. But then again, that's Amber, you know? I don't know if I could take her word for it.
Videos. I am a bit nervous about the gallbladder stuff because taking GLP-1s can increase gallbladder pancreas issues. And the first time I ever took Ozempic, that's the reason why I stopped it. So it's always this weird thing in the back of my head. But this time I want to get my labs done and I want them to check my gallbladder first. If they don't feel like that has to happen, then okay, good. Which risk is more severe? Which risk is more dire? Me
the obesity,
being this size and dying young?
Oh, yeah, and I don't need a doctorate to figure that one out.
Or me having a gallbladder attack? GLP-1s are amazing for people like me.
Now, I don't know, when she gets off of it, that could definitely be a different story, but it's worth a shot, I feel like.
Who genuinely cannot seem to get it under control and who will have a shorter life if they don't get it under control. Most medicines are like that. There is so many risks and risks and risks, but they're made because they outweigh the risks. How they're going to help an individual outweighs the side effects that could happen. So let's get into the goals that I had last week. First,
I guess it just depends on the medication. I don't know. It's kind of scary when you see one of those commercials. I know outside of the US, like you can't even advertise. Well, in certain countries, you can't advertise medication on TV, but they will show them all the time on American television. And then at the end, it'll be like side effects include diarrhea, bloating, death.
One was drink 3 waters a day, and I succeeded in that. Drinking water has just become like second nature to me. And my second goal was to
drink that water, girl.
The feeling of defeat and do not give up. And I did that. So while I was filming this, I forgot to say what my goal is for this coming week. That is literally just focusing more on if I want to go on another GLP-1 to do more research and figure that all out. So let's talk about how my week went. So my cellulitis is actually improved, so I'm not as swollen. So that's
I thought she was going to change things drastically.
Plus already. I was eating kind of like shit, but I was staying below my calories. And because of that, I did lose weight. It doesn't matter what I eat. As long as I stay in that like calorie deficiency, like I could literally eat 2,000 calories in...
That is surprising based on the things that she was eating. If she actually did stay below the threshold that they give her, then yeah, she will lose weight. But I just feel like she doesn't. She'll get things like, for example, from the bingo hall, that doesn't have calories on it. So how do you count it? And that will mess her up. In regards to the daily count, it'll end up being more than she actually thinks that it is. But also, are we even going to get like a scale reading? Because I don't believe it.
Ice cream and still lose weight. But it doesn't matter what I was eating. I was just under my calories. So it showed up on the scale for sure. But I will say that every single day I wanted to give up and I'm exhausted. I'm so freaking exhausted fighting with myself. So I want to switch things up. And if that is me taking another weight loss injection, then that's me taking another weight loss injection. I'm going to try to figure that out privately and I will keep you guys updated. So as for the weight,
who yo-yos on Ozempic? It's like 1 month she's on it, 1 month she's off. I don't understand it, especially because like she has wasted thousands of dollars now on Ozempic by using it for like a month, maybe 2, and then dropping it. And then she gains all the weight back and then goes back to whatever. And then she wants to take it again. Like, talk about a waste of money. If she actually stuck to it, then that would be worth it if she was losing weight, obviously, but she's not. She doesn't.
Last week, I was 521.6. And this week, I was 514.2. So yes, I am down 7.4 pounds.
So we're just going to have to take that quick little flash of a screenshot as the truth. Okay. Not really buying it. I feel like she is kind of buying herself time. I'm actually surprised that she didn't just say that she was up a little bit or that she only lost like 1 pound because of her cellulitis or her lipedema or something went wrong. Some sort of outside force caused this weight gain and it wasn't the things that she was eating. I'm surprised that she's not coming up with excuses. But do I believe that? Do I believe that reading? Not really. No, it's hard to believe. I mean, that's what, 5 or 6 pounds down? Doing what?
And normally I would feel proud. Anyone would feel proud. And Amberlyn Reed would be on here saying, wow, I'm so proud of myself. But I'm not. I know my...
Of course, I mean, if you made it up, she's buying herself time to get on the Ozempic so that she can actually make the number go down. She just doesn't want to hear it this week.
I know my cycle. I know how I am. I will lose
But yeah, when she's 523 next week, it's not going to be a 10-pound gain. It's just going to be a 2-pound gain because this week was fake.
7 pounds and then I will gain them right back. I need to break the pattern. I need to break the cycle. I can't keep being proud of myself for loving myself for a minute and then proceed to hate myself for days. I can't treat my body good for a minute and then treat it like trash for days. I need to break the cycle. And
Interesting perspective. I don't know if we've heard that one from her.
I've reached a point where I'm like genuinely scared. I'm genuinely scared I'm not going to. Like,
yeah, she said that she was having like nightmares recently regarding her weight, and that is like scaring her straight, supposedly, for now. I mean, she had cancer and that didn't do it for her. So nightmares, I mean, at this point, she should take anything that'll help. But just looking to the past and all that she's been through, and that hasn't been an eye-opener, it's hard to believe that nightmares is going to do it. She wants to talk about being in scary situations. What about if she was still with Temily? She would have had her locked in that basement, force feeding her chicken nuggets and brookies and pizza all day for her gratification, for Tommy's gratification. So at least we're not there. It could be worse. It could be worse, folks. It could always be worse.
I should be proud. I should be so proud that I lost 7 pounds.
7 pounds. Did she? I mean, it's hard to believe, isn't it? And it's not like her to not be proud. I mean, she pats herself on the back for like only gaining 1 pound, but now she supposedly lost 7, but she's upset about it. It just doesn't add up.
But I'm not, because this has been my life. Okay, yeah, of course I can lose 7 pounds. I can lose 14 in 1 week. I've done it multiple times. But
she needs to watch. I was watching this video about a day in the life during medieval times. It was supposed to be like something you listen to before bed because it was like a soothing voice kind of thing. It was called like Boring History, a day in the life of a medieval person in like medieval Europe, right? Oh, that set me straight for like at least a few hours thinking about it and not complaining about, you know, the things that I'm going through, because it just pales in comparison to what they went through daily back then. Yeah, girl, watch that. Put things into perspective, just how much better we have it these days. And you can do it. You can lose weight. Like, that's literally the only thing that she has to do right now. Pay bills and lose weight. Pay taxes and lose weight. Like, that's, yeah. And the YouTube videos, like, that goes with the weight loss, documenting the weight loss. That's all you have to do, girl. That's all you have to focus on. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe that's a bad thing, because all she does focus on is what she's going to eat next, and food and weight and this and that. I mean, she can't even go to sleep and escape it, right?
I gain it back. That's what I do. I lose the weight and then gain it back. I lose the weight and then gain back more.
But I guess we're going to get an Ozempic era or GLP-1 era again. I don't know. I want a new girly pop, new caretaker, new wipey, whatever you want to call them, a new girly pop.
The weight and then gain back more times too. And it's just...
Maybe Alexis can come. Amber, are you that desperate? Alexis, there's an opening. I feel like she'd take it. Alexis would run to the opportunity. Crazy that Amber is the one turning her down, but hey, I mean, now that Temily's out of the picture, if you don't mind always knowing that you were the second choice and kind of living with that. But I feel like that was kind of her and Beck's relationship. Like, she wanted to be with Destiny, but here was Beck, and even Destiny and Dana like drove her to a date with Beck and basically helped her move in with Beck just to get Amberlynn out of their hair so they could continue on in their relationship in peace, and Amber would be with someone different. I can't.
I'm exhausted, I'm defeated, and I'm ready to choose my risk, because either way there's going to be a risk. But anyways, I
Oh, this is making me like panicky.
hope that you guys did enjoy this weigh-in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
There's definitely like she's panicking. She is panicking. Ooh, that makes me kind of wonder, because I said in the previous video, is her cellulitis worse than she wants us to believe? Or is she just delusional? It is bad, but she doesn't see it because she's had it so many times that it doesn't look that bad to her. Or does she know that it's really bad this time and she's just hoping and praying that it gets better? She did kind of nonchalantly address it. Oh, it's getting better, XYZ, XYZ. But who knows at this point where the truth lies? It is all kind of coming together though, or coming to a head. I had stated last video, It feels like she is hiding something. And now I'm leaning to that being medical related because she is panicking. It doesn't seem like this is all just nightmares, right? That's what she's saying at this point. She's having nightmares, that her health is getting worse and worse, and she's going to face consequences for that. Could it be she already knows what that is, and now she's kind of panicking to lose the weight as soon as possible? Let's get some Ozempic, whatever I can do to get this number down a little bit, because things are not looking good. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you go ahead and leave a like on this video on your way out. Mama's got bills to pay. No. Edit that out. And I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right. Bye, everyone.